Hi everyone, I wanted to show you how we make lunch on the road. The first order of business on a cold wet day like this one is to get some coffee going. Our coffee setup's really pretty simple with an MSR pocket rocket stove and our GSI Outdoors collapsible coffee drip. I'll put links in the description below where you can find both of these. I've already got the first cup of coffee done. Now I'll show you how I make the second cup of coffee. I'm going to let this video run in real time in this section so you can actually see how fast it is to make a cup of coffee this way. I used to carry a bunch of pots and pans with me, but now I've cut down just to this large blue enamel mug and one frying pan. This big blue enamel cup works out pretty good. We can cook just about anything we want for the two of us in it, and it works real well. It's big enough, the fuel tank for the stove itself, and a few other little odds and ends fit right inside it. So you pack it full and it doesn't take up much room. We got our gear split between two bikes, so we have the luxury of being able to carry a little bit more stuff than some people. When we get all our stuff packed up for a 3-day camping trip like this one was, we still have plenty of room on the bikes for other stuff if we needed it, but we try to keep it as light as possible. This is a really exciting part of the video, sitting here watching water boil. So I'll use this time to tell you a little bit about where we're at. We pulled over for lunch at Berkeley Springs State Park in West Virginia. Berkeley Springs is a nice little town on Route 522 running through West Virginia. For those of you that remember the Andy Griffith Show, it's kind of got that Mayberry feel to it. One of the big reasons we decided to stop here and eat lunch was it finally quit raining here. At this point we're about 175 miles into a 400-mile trip. Out of that first 175 miles it probably rained about 125 of them. If you notice, I still have my rain pants on, but I'm going to get out of them here before I get back on the bike. And little did I know, within a half hour, I had them put right back on. This little state park's right in the middle of town. It's got some picnic tables, grills, pavilions. It also has nice restrooms and a swimming pool. If you look around a little bit, you can see the park's very well cared for. It seems like it gets a lot of use. Different times traveling through here, I've seen more than one event going on here. If you look in the background over there, you'll see our bikes parked on the street. That's actually US Route 522 right there where our bikes are parked. Oh, there we go. The water's boiling now, and that didn't take long at all. Now it's time to make another cup of coffee. The coffee making process is actually pretty simple. It works like a drip coffee maker you have at home. You put a cone filter and a good sized scoop of coffee, or however strong you like your coffee, you can adjust it to whatever you want, down in the filter holder. Heat your water up and then slowly pour your heated water over top the coffee and let it drip into the cup below. When you're all done with that, the cleanup process is pretty simple. I had a different brand of filter holder before. It worked out pretty good, but there was a few things I didn't really care about with it. It wasn't collapsible, so it took up a lot more room when you were packing. And the hole in the bottom of it was a lot bigger. With that bigger hole in the bottom, it let the water run through too fast, and it didn't make as good a coffee as this one does. This one's got a small hole in the bottom, and it lets the coffee sit in the grounds longer and run through a little slower, so it does a better job at making coffee. Okay, the coffee's done. Now it's time to start putting together lunch. When we're on the road, we try to eat pretty smart. To me, eating smart on the road covers two different things. One thing is don't carry too much stuff that needs to be refrigerated. The other thing is, if you're going to be doing a lot of this, you want to make sure you're not out there spending $75 to $100 a day on food. We can cook some really good, satisfying meals out of stuff that doesn't need refrigerated and doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. For lunch here today, we're going to have my version of a tuna fish salad sandwich. Another thing you need to remember if you're packing food for a motorcycle trip is just about around every corner out there is a grocery store, so you can stop and do your shopping in the store and not carry much with you. On this trip, we decided to bring all 3 days worth of food with us at one time. The location of the event we were going to was about 30 miles from the nearest grocery store. There was enough going on at the event that we didn't plan on leaving all weekend, so we took everything with us. All our food for the 3-day weekend fit in a little plastic tote that was 12 inches long, 8 inches wide, and 4 inches tall. I forgot we did have a little bit more food than what fit in that plastic tote. You see that little cooler sitting on the end of the table there? I carry that in my one saddlebag. I do keep a few things in there that might need refrigerated, like our salad dressing and that little bit of lettuce I had with me, and there is 4 eggs in the bottom of that for breakfast the first morning. We try to make sure we limit our cold food to just what'll fit in that little cooler. We'll use a lot of food like tuna fish, chicken, and roast beef that comes in these foil packs. They work out really good. They don't need to be refrigerated, and you can pack them just about anywhere. I'm going to do another video real soon on the different types of foods we take with us when we're going camping on the motorcycles. I'll show you how we pack it and what our whole setup looks like for food. One of the main things I've found out with this is don't try to get too complicated with it. Just keep it simple. Now we're going to eat our lunch and continue on down the road to the event we're heading to in Virginia. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw here and you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to comment below and let me know how you eat when you're camping on your motorcycle. Everybody have a great day and ride safe.